happens.
You're live.
Hi everyone. This is Maureen Kamari of Amari Baking Center and Ellie. Say hi, Ellie.
Hi guys.
So we're live today. Sorry we missed last week's live. We were so busy. We had an awesome class, which we're thinking of repeating. We'll share details.
We will show you
We'll
details.
show you details on the link when we repost. Anyone who came, awesome. Thank you. It was so much fun. We learned about edible fabric, lace, what else? Glaze, chocolate cages. So I'm going to do that again. It's going to be awesome. So make sure you stay tuned. So today we decided to do something different. We get a lot of questions on, different things to use or for beginner bakers, stuff they can use. So today we want to answer 4 really, really, really popular questions that beginner bakers ask and explain physically our answers. Okay, so if you're joining, likes, love bubbles, say hi. Anyone joining us? We're just gonna keep waiting for y'all as you show up, because you should really show up and hang out with us, okay? So just another heads up, we're having a class coming up next week on Monday. We have 2 spots left. So if you want to join basic bread making, cookies and pastries, lots of fun. You get to learn how to make stuff like bread, scones, pizza, stuff like that. So, and cookies. So if you want to join, please leave a message, inbox, and we can get you hooked up. And after that, we'll be having the intermediate cake making and decoration the next week. So we'll leave details on the classes when we repost on this video. All right. So whenever you join us, say hi, what's up, your name, and likes and love bubbles. Alrighty then. So today I am going to be starting with each question. And this is my first question. Okay. So really, really popular questions. Can I use a Sufuria to bake? Okay, so when you're starting, maybe you do not have pans, you don't have all the equipment you need, you're starting as a home baker. So, can we use this little sucker over here? Here's the thing, yes, you can use a Sufuria, okay? But make sure it's really, really the original ones, not the really light ones. I know you know what I'm talking about. I mean like the really nice stainless steel heavy types, okay? So, pros, yes, you can use this, it works out. And I'm about to show you a cake we baked today, like an hour ago, with Sufurias. The thing about this is that it restricts you on size. You can only do round. Since we don't have square Sufurias or love heart Sufurias, when they start making them, they should let us know. However, this is the only shape we can actually use. So it restricts you on this. And then some of them sometimes tend to be really deep. So you might not always get that really nice color. But it actually works out really nicely because it's strong enough. And as long as you grease and flour or grease and put parchment paper, this can actually work very well. Okay? So I'm going to show you cake. Maybe the Sufuria. Yay.
Ruth Ricky says hi, Maureen.
Hi, Ruth.
She says Leonie my time.
Imagine, on time.
Lisbeth Chilazi says hello.
Hi, Lisbeth. Thank you for joining me, guys. Keep saying hi and hello as you join me. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. So, we're talking about Sufurias. Can you bake with a Sufuria? So today, look, I baked with a Sufuria. I baked 2 cakes, so I want to show you this. So this is like about a 6-inch diameter of a cake. So you can do a ½ kg or 1 kg. And all I did was grease it and then put some, flour. I dusted it. So it came out of the oven like, some 15 minutes ago. So let's see how it looks like. So there you go, guys. See? It baked nicely and evenly. There goes my cake, right? So can you bake with it? Yes, of course you can. All right. So I'm going to place that one. And you know what? We're going to cut into it just a little bit, just so we can see the inside, to see if it actually bakes nicely. Just to prove to you people that yes, you can bake with it. Can you see the inside? I hope you can see the inside in there. We have some chocolate chips in there. I did some vanilla chocolate chip cake. If you want the recipe book, we have it. So yeah, good cake. You know what I'm saying? It's okay, I'll taste for you. Yum. Okay, so I've done that by greasing and dusting that cake, okay? And then I decided to use a different Sufuria. I'm sure we all seen this one. They look like cast iron, really, really strong. And this one I greased and put parchment paper. So all I do is remove my little cake from in there. Now the thing about this, when it's this parchment paper, it tends to really get a lot of creases. But look, it still baked my cake. in the Sufuria. Imagine. So when you're starting, you can actually bake with a Sufuria. Just make sure you prepare the pan very well. Now the thing, you'll notice this one didn't brown as much like I was just mentioning. Sometimes if your Sufuria is deep, you're not able to get this brown. By the time it browns, it'll be really dry, so you tend to have to remove it early, okay? So like, yeah, there you go guys. See, nice and baked inside. It's just not as dry. I mean, not as brown, sorry, but really nice and baked. So, on this question, can I bake with a Sufuria? Yes, you can. Okay?
Yay.
Woohoo!
Marceline says, hi dear, for the first time at one time.
Awesome. Oh my god, is it Masi or Maggie?
Masi.
Okay, awesome. Thank you very much, Masi, for joining me. So, my first question, can you use a Sufuria to bake? Yes, I have baked vanilla chocolate chip, and I just showed you. It's very possible. Okay, so second question we have today is, can I use a knife to decorate? Like I said, when we're starting to bake and we're at home, we have no pans, we don't have icing spatulas or palette knives. So, yes, you can use a knife. I'm about to show you how. Briefly with a dummy. So, here's my cake dummy. I'm going to show you just like one side or two sides. Make sure you have the wide knife like these and long, the better, okay? So I'm gonna get some leftover buttercream that I had, and I'm gonna try one side, okay? All right, let's see if we can do this. So now it's not as easy as a palette knife. However, if I was to focus on just applying over here, right? So I've applied my icing. I can add some more, and then I can just smoothen. So it's not as efficient, right? But if you're just getting started, you know what I'm saying? It works. It works, people. Okay? And if I had some hot water, man, I'd be doing this. Just dip it in some hot water. Okay? So see, it takes some time. You go back and forth a few times, but it's able to actually sort of smoothen. Don't mind the bumpiness. That's actually my buttercream because it's rather old buttercream. However, as you can see, I can apply buttercream frosting. How many love bubbles from my knife decorating skills, people? Okay.
Lots and lots.
Awesome. Anyone else joining us? Alrighty.
Josie Winfrida.
Hi Josie, hi Winfrida. Okay, so this is how I decorate with a knife. So is it possible? Yes, just get wide, make sure it's longer, and you'll be able to do something like that, okay? So, on that question, sorry, I'm working on my little posters today. Can I frost? Yes, you can frost using a knife, okay? All right then, so that's aside. My next really popular question really is this. Especially in our recipe books, we tend to tell you to use castor sugar, but a lot of people will ask me, can I use regular sugar in place of castor sugar? All right? So I wanted to explain that and show you. I have two types of sugar here, all right? So this is regular sugar right there, okay, regular sugar. And then we have castor sugar right there, okay? So you'll note the differences in a lot of these is that regular sugar tends to be brownish, okay? Castor sugar is pure white. Also, it's granulated. Castor sugar has small granules, okay? Now with our regular sugar, depending on where you buy, at what time, it tends to go from like smaller granules to really huge ones, okay? So here's what I'll answer, yes and no. Yes, if your sugar is like this. You'll note this one is smaller granules, okay? This one is the one you find in the shop where it has smaller granules, and it's light brown. So you can use that in place of it. But half the time we're using this sugar because we want it to be lighter, and we want our cake to retain that sort of whitish color, like maybe for a sponge cake, like a vanilla sponge cake. So if it's too brown, don't use it. If the granules are too large, see if you can find a smaller granule. Or maybe you put it in a blender and break it into smaller pieces, okay? So yes, you can substitute, but it depends on the need. If it's for vanilla or white sponge cake, not really. Please use castor sugar. But if your sugar is finer granules, then yes, you can actually use it. If anyone has any questions on the sugar, please post now. I hope I've covered that as much as possible. So 90% of the time, yes, you can substitute, okay, if it's finer. But if it isn't, if it's huge granules, no, please go get some castor sugar, okay? Thank you very much. I hope that has helped. Now, my fourth popular question is, can I decorate if I don't have a piping bag? Yes, you can. Did I write piping bag? Yeah, without a piping bag. So, I want to show you how to make your own makeshift piping bag, okay? So before, I would have told you to use maybe a polythene plastic bag, but we all know those were banned, so we're keeping it legal. And we're just gonna show you another way of doing this. That's simple, you most likely have it, and it'll be easy to use. Okay, so I've made my own little piping bag over here. Okay, this is what it is. So I hope you guys can see this. I want to show you how to make something like this. Okay, so you take parchment paper or greaseproof paper and make sure it's a triangle like this. Now my triangle is small, but you can make a big triangle if you want. Okay, so we're just gonna come up close, and I hope you guys can really see what we're doing here. And I remember, okay, so make sure the long length of your triangle is facing this way. You're gonna fold this like so, and make sure you fold it until it comes here. Okay, so that's the first step. And then I'm gonna fold this back like this. Let me see, make sure it's tight and it's not unraveling like that. Hold on, let me get it, and then I'll show you. So pull until it's tighter. You may have to adjust this a little bit, but when you're done, you have something like this. Okay? All right, like this. Then you'll see, I want you to have this main tip in the middle, this one here, and this one here, okay? Then when it's like that, you fold this part in. So let me just show you like this. You fold these in, like so. And usually they should stay put. But if you're not sure about them staying put, you can put tape, or you can rip this part like this, and this little knot thing will hold your little piping bag in place. So this is my little piping bag over here. Okay? Now just to show you really briefly on how to use it. So you just kind of hold it. Put your icing sugar. Anybody asking anything, any questions?
Brenda Bill B wants to
Hi,
know,
Brenda. Yes.
does the different sugar affect the flavor in any way, and is regular sugar heavier?
Heavier. Okay. First question is, does it affect flavor? Usually no, it does not. It affects color, because sugar is sweet. Unless it's a different, unless it's a different type of sugar, because there's like 7 other types of sugar. Regular sugar does not change. Castor sugar, same thing. Now when it comes to heaviness, no, because 1 kg of castor sugar and 1 kg of regular sugar are the same weight. Okay, so that should not make a difference. So if your recipe says 200 grams of sugar, that's it. You're just going to use 200 grams of sugar. All right, so I hope that has answered your question. All righty, anyone else? Now I'm going to snip. I'm sorry, let me grab a scissor. All right then, so now I want to just kind of briefly show you how to use this. So when you fold this in, you just kind of push your icing. It's not as comfortable as a piping bag, but it kind of comes in handy. And I use this even if you're doing chocolate, melting chocolate. So maybe I want to write something small. And now we're just gonna pipe this very fast. So it tends also to be really little, so I tend to like stay away from it. So yeah, wow. Sorry, let me fold this back. And you can be able to pipe. Sorry, my buttercream tends to be really, apparently is really thick. So, there we go, okay. So it can be rather bulky. However, as you can see, it is usable. Okay. As I finish off today, let me show you how to use this other one again. Let's see if this is gonna work. Okay, I hope you can see my pipings right there. How many love bubbles and likes from my piping?
Lots.
Awesome. So, just to recap what we covered today as we finish off our little life today. So, first thing, can you use a Sufuria to bake? Yes, you can. Make sure it's the right material. It's really hard stainless steel, but know you're restricted on shape, okay? The second question is, can I use a knife to decorate? Yes, you can. Make sure it's long and wide, but no, it'll take a little longer because it's not as efficient as an icing spatula or a palette knife. Third, can I use regular sugar in place of castor sugar? 90% of the time, yes, you can if it's finely granulated sugar. It won't change the taste. Use the same weight as the castor sugar, okay? And fourth, can I decorate or pipe borders without a piping bag? Yes, you can make the parchment paper piping bag we just showed you. Just make sure that you do it very well. Your buttercream is the right consistency, and it is rather limited on the type of borders you can make. But if you're in an emergency, you have to use it, you can just definitely use it, okay? So to finish this off, make sure you practice any of these things that I've shown you. Anybody who posts in the next 7 days will get a free recipe booklet, a printed one of your own choice. All right, so hit me up, do that. Post on this comments for you to win within the next 7 days. Thank you so much, guys. I will see you. Bye.
Bye.